Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live stream. Recovery isn't just physical, it's neurological. And I am Liz Philippone. I help people stay strong, confident, and independent by combining evidence-based training with mindful movement and nervous system support. I am a multi-certified fitness and yoga professional specializing in strength, mobility, and corrective exercise. And I do it mostly for midlife to older adults. Those are my people, although I do help younger people as well, but this is sort of my turf right now. My approach focuses on building resilience, not perfection, so clients can move better, reduce pain, and continue doing what they love for years to come. So thank you so much for watching and joining me for this live stream, either in my private Facebook group, Mindfully Fit for Life. But if you are watching via my YouTube channel, replay live right now, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you have been enjoying things that you have viewed on my channel. And of course, I would love to hear any feedback that you may have. Yes, I'm getting very excited right now. I am going to be presenting at SCW Livestream Mania from SCW Fitness on April 18th at 2 p.m. This is a live stream conference for fitness professionals. That includes personal trainers, fitness instructors, yoga instructors, wellness coaches, anything involved in fitness, wellness. And right now it's only $99. So you can head over to livestreammania.com to sign up and take advantage of that if you want continuing education. And even if you're not any of that, if you're an enthusiast and you just want to get more educated on various topics, join the conference. It's $99 for the whole weekend. It's a live stream. It's recorded. So I know you can get the recordings later on for like a pretty good deal. They're always running deals and making it as affordable as possible. So I will be doing that at 2 p.m. April 18th. I am going to be presenting Teach, Stretch, Restore, and Recover. This is a program that I teach to all my clients in group and one-on-one settings. So if you are interested in learning more about this, how you can not only help yourself, but maybe you do teach others, right? And you need some more tools in your pocket to help your clients, recover better, right? Because that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about recovery. In fact, this has sort of been the theme for the past couple of weeks. It's all about recovering, especially if you're over 45 years old. It's definitely needed more, okay? So I'm just gonna segue from there, from that last thing into the topic today. So I talked about how strength isn't the problem, recovery is. I talked about that. And I did talk about recovery last week. Every single thing I talk about, recovery is in there. And I may add a new thing, a new tip within each live stream that I do. So you are getting a little bit of a review, but you're also getting it in a different way. So I really hope these live streams are helping you. And again, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Or if you're in my private Facebook group, like it, love it, comment questions, you guys, I am here for you. All right. So I'm going to ask this question, what are you feeling these days, right? Do you feel you are doing everything right, but not seeing results? And I mean doing everything right as far as your health routines, movement routines, things like that. Are you feeling tired, tight, or stuck? Are workouts just feeling harder, not better? So I just want you to think about that. Did any of those three stick out to you? If this sounds familiar, any of those sound familiar, it may not be your effort, it may be your nervous system. Okay, hence the title, right, of this live stream, once again, is recovery isn't just physical, right? Stretching, massaging, all that stuff. It's actually a neurological thing, right? Connected to your nervous system, the hub of your whole body, right? It's your brain. We're talking about your brain and then your spine. That just tons of nerves and signals and messages are happening so quickly. So the body's trying to constantly find balance, right? So let me know if it feels hard right now. Maybe it's hard to slow down. You're just so busy, right? Turning your mind off. Yeah, maybe your mind is just always constantly like thinking about the next thing you got to do, even if it's like months from now, weeks from now, or tomorrow, right? Maybe you don't feel fully relaxed, or, it's just hard to really relax right now, or maybe you just don't know what your body needs, right? Maybe you used to know, right? So let me know in the chat, okay, if any of those make sense. I would love for you to comment. Okay. So what is the nervous system? I did talk about this last week a little bit, but I'm going to keep it very simple. I keep all these live streams really simple. And if you need further information, more deeper information, let me know. I'd be happy to send you some resources. Your nervous system is constantly deciding, am I safe to relax? Or do I need to stay alert? I'm going to repeat that. Your nervous system is constantly deciding, am I safe to relax and slow down? Or do I need to stay alert and keep going in go mode? All right. And I'm going to talk about go mode. And I talked about this last week. It is when the body is stressed, on high alert. You got things to accomplish, right? And most of the time, this is how we feel in a work day. If you work a 9 to 5, okay, and I used to be one of those people, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to work a 9 to 5. I'm just saying, if you work like a certain 6 to 8 hour shift at your job where you're just in go mode, right, all the time. Okay, you're busy, you're rushed, you're always thinking and problem solving. You feel this is very productive. However, this might be a state where you just feel really, really productive, right? It is. I know how that feels. It does feel really productive when I am busy and I'm always thinking, okay, and then I do this, and then I'm onto that. Or, oh no, this just came at me and I got to drop this and go to this, right? It happens throughout our day. It can be thoughts. It can be actual tasks, people coming at us, emails coming at us, texts, all the things, okay? And this may very well feel productive, but it's draining, okay? You might be experiencing this drop in energy, maybe in the late afternoon, maybe earlier, depending on what shift, right, you work. Maybe at night, you just feel like a bag of bricks. There was a point in time when I just felt like a bag of bricks because I was just in constant go mode. I was not letting my nervous system just like drop down into a more recovery mode, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. But is that you? Do you feel most of the time you are just busy, busy, busy? And then when there is a moment to kind of stop, do you find yourself searching for something else to do? This was me. I catch myself doing this. For me, it's a distraction, right? I would try to distract myself from whatever was going on, right? Because for me, it was a way to distract myself from uncomfortable stuff going on. Okay, I talked about that last week when there was like really uncomfortable things happening in my life personally, internally, and maybe with certain people I had relationships with. the moment I would have like a free time, a free moment, it actually didn't feel safe. So I'm just going to presence that, all right? Because sometimes that is the case, right? And we can't just go from go mode sometimes to complete stop. And sometimes when that happens, it's actually more stressful. Yeah. I'm starting to look at this differently now. When I've been really paying attention to more of when I have to be in go mode, and then when I'm done with a task, really learning to like, okay, can I take a 5-minute break, a 10-minute break or more? Like I check in with myself. So that's just a quick little tip that I just snuck in there for you. Like when you're done with like a very big task or project, do you actually say to yourself, okay, am I able to just kick back here for 5 minutes? Maybe step away from my desk, right? Go outside, get some fresh air. Or do I have a little bit longer? Can I go get like a cup of tea or something, go sit quietly, or maybe go for a quiet walk or something? Or connect with a friend. Maybe I need to get back to somebody on the phone. That's just a quick little tip there. Now with recovery mode, it is our calm and restore mode, right? That is our parasympathetic nervous system. I just talked about our sympathetic nervous system is when we are on high alert, right? Cortisol is, right? That's a stress hormone, all right? We're using too much of that, right? When we use too much of that up, it wears our adrenals out because it comes from the adrenal glands that are on top of our kidneys. Okay, that's where our adrenal glands are physically, or basically they lie like right on top of our kidneys. And they release cortisol, right? A stress hormone to, let us rushy, run away from danger, okay? And I talked about a situation last week. So you should listen to that last video from last week about my experience with that. And when we have too much cortisol working in the body, it doesn't really know where to go. So it kind of goes to different areas of the body. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but we need time to recover, right? Even from those stressful tasks at work, or maybe it's a personal stressor, right? So when we allow ourselves to take that 5-minute break or that 10-minute break or more, okay, sometimes 5 minutes does a lot. It can do a lot if we do it correctly. This is where we can heal, repair, and reboot our energy, okay? We're not going to get more energy by doing more, okay? We're just going to drain our energy out. We actually have to slow down and pause in order to regain more energy. So giving ourselves those 5 minutes of just maybe doing some deep breathing, going for a walk outside, looking at some nature, trees, whatever, right? Wherever you are, listening to some calming music maybe while you do that, to kind of just trigger the brain to kind of be like, oh, this is chill. All right. It's really where your body actually adapts and gets stronger as well. So if you've been doing intense workouts, you need to give your body a break from those intense workouts. Sometimes movement, I will say this, movement helps de-stress people. It actually does energize people. It does for me too, especially when I'm able to go outside. It's just very like, oh. But this is the question I do ask myself before I go for a walk, let's say, and I feel tired. Okay, there's a difference between feeling tired and drained. If I'm feeling tired or drained, when I go for a walk, it's usually pretty short and it's not like I'm power walking, right, to get my exercise in, because I do like to walk for exercise and have walking be my recovery workout from a weight training workout or a dance class, because I take dance classes too. So I have to really check in with myself. I'm like, okay, is this going to be a quick walk or a short, a quick walk or a long walk? And sometimes when I'm feeling drained, it's very short, just to get that fresh air in my system. And then usually I'm letting myself just sit down for a little bit, quietly somewhere away from work stuff. All right. I would love to hear how you sort of come down. I know I talked a lot about that just now, but I really wanted to distinguish those things about the nervous system. And I know I mentioned them last week, but I wanted to do that again because it's so important as all of this ties in, and especially if, being older than 45 years old, okay, whether you are 45 or you are much older than 45, you will know, and you've probably heard me say this, is that the body takes longer to recover, whether it is from a surgery, an illness, a workout, a stressful day at work, or there's stressful things going on in your personal life. Okay, like your body takes longer to recover from some of those things. So we have to sort of tap in and honor ourselves, honor our body, like where we're at. Yeah. Stress accumulates just more easily when we are older, right? And the system, our system, they stay on longer. So it's like when we were kids, right? When we were younger, and I watched my daughter go through this, it's like she can bounce back out of things pretty easily. Sure, there's some things that might bother her for a little bit longer, but I know it's different for her. It's different when we are young, when we are like in our preteens, teens, right? It's a little different, right? The stress is a little different. So even with your workouts, okay, so even if I'm going to go back to workouts right now and exercise. If they're good, but if your system stays in this go mode, your body can't fully recover, right? So if you're going from a very stressful day to a very hard workout, I'm not saying that workout might not make you feel better, but are you doing something to come down from those things? I hope this is making sense. So you can't outwork a stressed nervous system. I'm going to say that again. You can't outwork a stressed nervous system. All right. And how does this show up? Okay. I'm going to share that. How does this show up? You feel wired, but tired. Yeah. I know what that feels like. Stiffness that doesn't go away. Low energy, even after you've rested. Like, let's say you slept for 8 hours, your Garmin or your, whatever maybe you track your sleep, right? It says you got a full 8 hours in or whatever, but you still feel low energy. You don't feel like you rested at all. Workouts just feel harder than they should. And you just have trouble relaxing or just shutting off your mind. All right. Are the things that can show up. And these aren't signs you need to push more. These are signs your body needs support. All right. So let me know in the comments if any of that is ringing true for you. And guys, just a quick reminder, the more you comment on my live streams, the more visibility these things get. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm going to take a sip of water. Okay. So what actually helps? What helps? You're probably like, okay, Liz, I know how, the signs and I know what all this means, but what actually helps all of this, right? Recovery isn't just about taking a day off. It's about how you support your system daily. I'm not saying a day off does not help, but if we can maybe take a day off to kind of regroup and really figure out what we need, look at different tools, maybe there's something that we can integrate into our daily life. And I'm going to share what I do daily. And this has been working for me for the past, I want to say 6 months. I wish I put the date down when I started doing this, but I'm really sort of thinking back January, even like during the holidays till now. Okay. And we're in April. I started to meditate for 5 minutes every morning. And I'm telling you, it's the first thing I do. Actually, the first thing I do is make myself a cup of coffee. But I have my cup of coffee, I sit down and I put on my insight timer and I meditate a very simple 5-minute meditation. I do like a couple of different ones. And since doing that, I feel it has helped me that's like the way I can start my day. Even if I have a lot of stuff on my mind, at least the voice on the meditation is guiding me. It's all guided, is guiding me. And even if my mind's going and I'm thinking of things, sometimes I'm not thinking of things, but sometimes I am thinking of things, because in meditation, things are going to pop in your head. There's no way out of that. I just feel more grounded. And I feel like I can handle things a little bit better. I can handle stress better. I can handle when things kind of like get thrown at me. I have a little bit more like, okay, what do I need to do right now? How is my energy right now? Right? It really has helped me tune into my energy levels. All right. And that has really supported my nervous system immensely, because most of the meditations that you find on Insight Timer and are short, you're breathing. You're connecting with your breath. It's amazing what the breath does for your nervous system. All right. So what are some things that help? Slowing down your pace. Okay. With movement, maybe you slow down your walk a little bit. Maybe you slow down certain exercises. I know some things like cardio you can't, but just bringing more awareness to them, like what movement you're doing. And I feel like that is best done in like a yoga class, especially a gentle yoga class where you're moving slowly, or maybe a beginner level yoga class. You're going to go at a slower pace in those types of classes, as opposed to a vinyasa class that is like an intermediate, and it's power. It's like power yoga, power vinyasa, any sort of those words, Bikram. Okay, those are going to be a little bit more fast-paced, intense. Okay, so I'm thinking gentle yoga, things like that. Maybe a walking meditation. I just mentioned yoga, but going into more mobility and the stretching aspect of yoga, and just not even yoga particularly, but other sort of mobility and stretching modalities. That's going to release tension in the body. It's going to improve circulation in the body, right? And it's just going to help the body feel more safer because you're moving slower. When you move too quickly, sometimes if the body is just jacked, the nervous system is jacked up on high alert, and you got something going on in your body, it's going to like tighten right up, because it's like, wait a minute, this is too fast. This is too fast. I need something slower, right? And you try to push through that. That's not kind of that's when injury actually can happen, right? We're trying to rush through it. We're trying to just push through it to push through it. And we don't even know that our body is actually guarding itself. So when we are moving slower, especially when mobility movements and yoga, you're releasing tension. You're not just stretching muscle, you're releasing tension, you're improving circulation. Breath work, which I just mentioned, and I did a quick demo last week, so definitely watch last week's video. We did some breath work. We did some rib cage breathing. Okay, when we breathe down here, more down as opposed to up here in the chest. And that is literally one of the fastest ways to shift your state. It is. A friend of mine who is a nutritionist, she always tells her clients before they eat their meals, take 5 to 10 deep breaths, like deep breaths, before you eat your meal. Why? Because she knows people are coming from doing a lot of things. They're in go mode. And if you're in go mode and you're eating, like, you're going to have a hell of a time trying to digest that food, Because if you're in go mode and stressed out, all the blood flow is in your extremities and it's not really within your organs, right? When you're in fight or flight, all the blood's leaving all your vital organs to get your limbs moving. So you're trying to get something done or run away from danger. Okay. And when you take a moment to stop and take those 5 to 10 deep breaths, it brings your body back into recovery mode. So that helps move from go to recovery. And then, of course, just those short moments of stillness, like I shared that I do with meditation. And literally, it's like 4 to 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be this 20-minute meditation, okay? Even though I know that's a pretty profound experience, but it does not have to be super long to get your nervous system down a little bit. Okay, so it doesn't have to be complicated. It's just enough to reset yourself. And the more you do it, you're going to feel benefits. Okay, the first time you might not feel anything. Okay, it's okay. It's like anything else, right? You have to train that muscle, just like you train a muscle to do a bicep curl, squats, right? It's like you have to build it. Okay. All right, you guys. So let me just recap that you're not doing anything wrong. Your body isn't broken. It's responding to stress. That's really what's happening here. The goal isn't to do more. It's to support your body better. All right. And recovery starts with the nervous system. All right. So if any of this has resonated with you and you're realizing your body needs a different kind of support, I am bringing back my 5-day Nervous System Reboot program starting on April 27th. I know, I'm saying that because I'm excited and I nailed down a date. I did this last year. It was very, very well responded. Like, people loved it. They were amazed at the results they had in just 5 days. Okay. And it's simple, supportive, and it's realistic, okay, to your life and schedule. All right. So you're going to experience gentle daily movement, breath work, short guided resets, and a structured way to slow down without overthinking it, right? Because what do? We overthink everything. Okay. We do. And you're just going to get more energy, better recovery, less tension, more confidence in your body, and even just in, your brain, right? Sometimes we feel a little fog-brained, right? We forget stuff. And I'm bringing that up because, man, yeah, I can feel that way. All right, everybody. So what do you do next? If you are interested in this, okay, this is about helping your body feel safe enough to recover. So everything else can start working better. You can get that energy back, all right? Because if you're feeling low energy, this is the problem, right? We need to recover better. So I'm inviting you to join the wait list by messaging me or commenting from this video, reset. So comment, reset in these comments of these live streams, or you can direct message me, okay? And if you're not on my newsletter, get on my newsletter. I'm going to put the link in my comments. It is on my main YouTube page too. I got some links in there, but I'm going to put the links in the description so that you can get on that and stay informed. All right. And if you are local, really quick, if you are local to the Albany, New York area where I live, you can come visit me at the Hot Yoga Spot in Stuyvesant Plaza, and that's in Albany, for a group session, Hot Release. Yes. What is Hot Release? Okay, this is for all yoga fitness levels. Okay, it's focuses on releasing stress that is often stored in places like the shoulders, back, hips, hamstrings, and it's through longer restorative stretches mixed with shorter flows. Okay, so there's shorter flows because they're slow. Okay, and then there's longer holds to help ground you. This class fuses a combination of short flows with longer and more relaxing poses to build heat and help deeply relax. And this is a heated room, I'm going to tell you. It is a heated room, but because we move very slow and hold a lot of poses, the heat, it doesn't like feel as hot, okay, as if you were doing like a power vinyasa Bikram class, okay? So, yeah, these poses, we do get to get deeper into the poses because of the heat, all right? It does help your body warm up a lot easier, and you can go deeper into the poses. And you're gonna find that release your body craves after an intense workout or a long run. Maybe you're a runner. Maybe you just had a shitty day. I'm just gonna say that. Maybe you had a really shitty day, you know what I mean? And you just need to like re-energize yourself. Okay, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed this live stream, and yeah, I hope to see you in my 5-day nervous system reboot starting on April 27th. Bye, everyone.